LTU Sports Report is brought to you by the City of Southfield, the center of it all, and Hungry Howie's, famous for flavor.
What's up, LTU fans, and thanks for tuning in to another episode of the LTU Sports Report. I'm your host, DILLON MORELLO, and today's show features an interview with women's basketball coach Grace Howrigon, and we have an alumni spotlight interview, conditioning tips with Brian Whiting, and so much more. Right now, let's learn some interesting facts about one of our student athletes in this week's Get to Know You segment.
My name is Brittany WIELAND. I'm in biomedical engineering and I play softball. My favorite quarantine activity probably is running, just because it's something I never used to do and I especially didn't like it before, but I'm starting to slowly get into it more and it's making me a better athlete, definitely, so it's helping me. My favorite show to binge watch is definitely Grey's Anatomy. I'm actually watching it for the second time already, and I like it a lot just because it kind of relates to like what I want to do in my career, just the medical field as a whole, but it also brings all the drama and the romance and all that stuff, so it just kind of really pulls me in. My favorite current superhero is SPIDERMAN because the current actor that plays it, I can't remember his name. I think he's super cute. My favorite music artist is KHALID. I recently just got into him. I feel like I didn't really know a lot of his music before, but I feel like a lot of his songs are like relatable, especially like the whole teen album. It's something that we can all relate to. And I like singing his songs and they're very singy. I really want to go skydiving at some point because I've always had a fear of like climbing heights. I also saw, I don't know what movie it was in, a halo jump is something that like I've always thought was super cool. It's where like military, like the really high up military jump out of a plane like at the highest height that you possibly can. It's like usually in the middle of the night, and that really just makes me want to do something like that, and the closest thing you can do to that is skydiving. So my favorite animal hands down is a pig. I just think they're so cute, and like when they oink and they're kind of nasty and they're just big and fat and they just eat a lot, and I know I eat a lot and I just think they're so cute.
If you're looking for ways to work out and get stronger at home, our head strength and conditioning coach Brian Whiting has a few tips as usual that you can add to your daily routine. Let's check it out.
All right, I got another core blaster for you today. You're gonna do high plank shoulder taps, 10 each shoulder, flutter kick for 30 seconds, and bicycle crunch, 15 reps on each leg. 3 rounds of that with minimal rest in between.
Up next, we talk with Grace Howrigon, head coach of the women's basketball team, and find out what her first year of coaching at LT was like and what this season has in store.
Hi everybody, I'm Jason Ross Jr. alongside LTU Women's Basketball head coach Grace Howrigon. Grace, pleasure to catch up with you. Back in the office as I see. How's it going?
It's going great. It's so refreshing to just be back on campus and see some more familiar faces and, you know, our athletic staff, and just I've seen a couple more of our players in the past few days getting our strength and conditioning workouts in. So very grateful that, you know, we're kind of going back to a little bit of our normalcy, and just happy to be back.
Grace, 21 wins in your first season, made it to the championship of the WAC tournament and NAIA tournament qualification. It was an excellent first season for you. I want to ask, what did you learn from that first year?
Thank you. I appreciate that. And yeah, I've learned so much. You know, I've learned so much about, you know, just being a good role model for our girls, but more so than that, just, you know, what it means to compete and to just, you know, outlast your opponents, I think, at the end of the year. And I think one thing we really grew in this year was just learning and adjusting through adversity. And, you know, we were playing ball at the end of the year, and which is why we made that national tournament run. You know, we had a big win in our semi game of the conference tournament, and I've just learned so much from these young women. And one thing I always say is that it's bigger than basketball, and I think that's the takeaway I learned this year. You know, especially with COVID happening and ending our season the way we did. You know, at the end of the day, we had each other, and it just really taught us a lot of perspective. And you know, basketball is a way for us to find community and be together and have a sense of belonging, and just kind of go through all of life's ups and downs and learn a lot about ourselves in the meantime. So huge first year for me. Looking forward to the next year.
Yeah, you and I were just saying, you know, it was this time last year when we first met and you were going through the first interviews bringing you in, and now it's amazing that it's already been a year. Time flies. And you mentioned the end of last season. You guys won 4 out of your last 5 games, made it to the championship, as we said, made it to the tournament. How do you carry that momentum over into next season?
And I think it's just, learning from where we've been and building on that, and then becoming even greater at whatever that is regarding our craft. I think we ended the year on a really good note. And like I said, best ball was happening near the end of the year. And that was because of so much adversity we felt throughout the year, some ups and downs. And I think coming into this year, we've got some upperclassmen and one captain returning, and upperclassmen who played great minutes, a large majority of minutes, and had so much experience that I think that leadership will just take us into where we need to be. We're going to have a lot of new faces. It's going to take some learning and some patience, but we've just got such quality people leading us that I think, we're set up in a really good position right now.
You mentioned those new faces. I wanted to ask you about that. We just said 9 new players coming in next year. It's going to take you up from 10 to 15 players on the roster. How do you manage that, and what are your expectations and reasons for excitement heading into this new campaign with all of these fun new faces coming around?
Yeah, we are so excited, feeling very grateful that we got 9 new faces to this program. We did lose 4 incredible young women who are going off and doing their thing now. I'm so proud of them, but it is exciting. We got our first class in here going into this year. And it is gonna, like I said, it's gonna take some patience, it's gonna take some time, but I feel very confident in our leadership, and our staff is so excited and so ready to just get our hands in there and, be safe with COVID, obviously, masks, sanitizing, all of those things, but 9 new faces is so exciting. We're gonna really see what we can do and work with whatever happens in the school year, and make it a great opportunity for them to, see what we're capable of.
Now let's take a look back at LTU men's and women's bowling team from their 2019-2020 season. Whiting takes us through some more tips and another conditioning segment starting right now.
Leg day today, I decided to do a bunch of couch leg presses with some extra daughter weight.
Daddy, stop. Daddy, stop.
Gotta keep going. Creativity kills. So do 3-year-olds.
For our last segment of the show, I sat down virtually with alumni and fellow hockey player Neeko Muniz to see how being a student athlete at LTU prepared him for his future.
Dyllon Morello here with LTU hockey alumni Neeko Muniz. Neeko, pleasure talking to you.
It's great to be here, Morello. Thanks for inviting me. It's good to see you.
Just take us through really how LTU and the classes prepared you for the job, in the future and in the field you're in now.
Definitely being a student athlete at LTU helped me prepare for the professional world. Often as a student athlete, you find that your schedule is very, very packed between the practice, games, homework, AAC hours if you have to do them. And then you still got to balance your social life and family life definitely finding that perfect balance of like time management and your ability to prioritize things definitely helped me in the long run. And I think that was all played into by being a student athlete at LTU.
Yeah, during this either quarantine or since you've been off, any men's league, or you said you coached before, you getting back into that swing of things?
No, I'm going to take a break from that for a little bit, kickstart my career here. I play with the Michigan Warriors, which is a disabled veteran hockey team, so definitely still on the ice.
What's been your favorite part of just being part of the LTU family, either athletics or school-wise, just through the years that you've been at the university?
I definitely enjoy how small the campus and classes are. You're always going to have a class with a teammate or fellow student athlete, and over those years, I've formed a lot of study groups and friendships through those classrooms. And I can't tell you how many times those study groups have paid off and saved my grades. So it's definitely nice having that small social circle at Lawrence Tech.
Perfect. Well, good to see that you're doing well and starting off your career and sticking around with hockey. Looking forward to seeing you in person again coming up here soon, Neeko. Thanks.
Thanks, Morello. Take care.
We hope you enjoyed this week's edition of the LTU Sports Report. If you're not already following us on social media, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and follow us at LTU Athletics. Thanks for tuning in. As always, I'm Dylan Morello, and I'll see you next time here on the LTU Sports Report.